Merry Christmas to everybody out there. What a lively bunch today. How is everybody doing? Let's see, who do I have first? John Knopful. Hot Dog Andy Pilot. Welcome. Willow Creek Industrial Spur, Brad. Welcome to tomorrow. Let me see, I'm going to switch cameras here. Oh, interesting. Get to see that train go sideways. Huh. I thought that I was looking at something else here. Yeah, so I had to work on that because that doesn't seem right to me. That's funny. All right, I'm gonna have to make a new scene here. I added this. Let's see, let's turn this off. Turn that off. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Let's see, back. Closet Branch, welcome. And JP, welcome. Welcome to the Christmas holiday show. Dwight. Hey there to Dwight. And who else we got? Oh, Brother Dan. Dan is here, Brother Dan. And that means, hi, Mom. How are you doing? JP, John 2, Skullkill, River Valley. And I think, oh, Pete Motley. Good morning to you, my fellow Portland Metro brother. So let's look like what we got right now. Yes, 90% grade. I was trying to quickly put some stuff together this morning, put some B-roll to run that Christmas train video some of you might have seen that I did. I put out last night, and let's see, my logo is, how do I turn off my logo? My logo, media banners. Oh, I don't know how to turn that off. Style, minimal. There. Yeah, so I was trying to get some things put together. Transition this back. Move that over there. There we go. I was trying to put some video together and add it to OBS, but it wanted to put it sideways because I had videoed that in portrait mode instead of landscape mode. So let's see. So yeah, people very lively in the chat today. Yeah, that consist is what is that? It's my SPNS, so Seattle, Portland, and Spokane, number 509. If I want to annoy everybody, I can turn on the sound. That's probably too loud. Looks like it's too loud to me. Yeah, so this is the Christmas train. I will put up an answer to your Christmas challenge soon, although I did, I took B-roll of that last night, and it actually was pulling that small little train that I've got in that other short that I did. Let's see if I could pull that up. Go to my channel, view my channel, do my shorts. Nobody wants to see my shorts. I don't know. I might get dinged for playing this music, but it's not from my own channel and it was available. So let's go to desktop. Let's go to desktop, make this big, transition, and play. All right, there you go. That was my short that I put up. It's cut off at the top, isn't it? It says, Great Northern JJ and Rocky, wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all my family, friends, and viewers. And that's truly, that's what I want to say to all my viewers, even though you might be a dozen or so. You are a very loyal dozen. Actually, there's a lot more than a dozen times. Not a lot. A little more. So yeah, I put this together. Nobody wants to see it running yet, but what's there is, see, I have to go back to the chat. I can't see the chat at the same time. So let's close that. Go back to the chat. Oh my gosh, we've got me everywhere. Okay. So yeah, that little train is something that Kato put out, and it's called StreamYard cuts out any background sound. Huh. I'll have to watch a replay to see how that steam engine sound was. Let's see. We'll play it just for kicks here. There it is. There we go. Okay. That was enough sound for the moment. Yeah, the sound, the colors on that camera, a little washed. But there's actually some couple other scenes on that Christmas car. Yeah, let's see who we got. We got Wesley. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and to you and your family. But so we've got this little Christmas show going. I don't know. Could you, did anybody hear the sound of the steam train running? All right. So what else we got? Want to sing? Everybody should sing happy birthday to my mom. Yesterday was her 83rd birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. Oh, not a bit, only when you spoke. That's interesting. So if I'm speaking, then it picks it up. If not, then there's a blank sound. It just cuts everything out. Must be some setting. Must be some setting on the audio that I could do for that. But so there, I don't think Mom can see the chat. Let's go to the, yeah, we won't go to the desktop. Lots of chat going up. Let's see. Oh, wait, we could do it this way. Happy birthday to Mom. Let's see. Dwight says happy birthday. Wesley says happy birthday. Pete Motley says happy birthday. These people are from all over the world, Mom. So, our moments of fame here. 13 people watch the show. So, yeah. What else do we have going on here? So this little setup I've just got running. Actually, why is this setup here? This setup is here because let me transition back to the main camera while I move this camera view over, and we'll come back and see. Yeah, there are several locomotives there waiting to be speed matched, only because, and this is a shout out to my friend Andy, why have I not gotten to a lot of running trains together? Because when I put certain locomotives together, I'd had a few of them that I'd speed match and some of them that I didn't. And so a few of them were fighting each other. So I decided to go through, and I'm resetting systematically all of them to the same settings right now, which gets them in approximately the same range. Kato, and those are all Kato engines. And that's not all of them. I've got 6 more UPs on the layout right now. They tend to run fast. So I cut they're all DCC, so I cut the speeds down maximum of 100. A bit pricey, but cool. Yeah, there's a lot of money sitting on the table there. Not to mention, that's not my only, those aren't my, how much JP? Well, each one, if it's DCC, you can pick up one depending on the hobby store, like the one that I go to, there's some discount on them. I could pick up one DC for about $135. And then the decoder, I don't know, between 20 and 40 bucks. Oh, I was referring to the speed stick. Oh yeah, did you see that? Where was that at? Oh yeah. So I actually don't have a speed stick. I have an AccuTrack 2 speedometer. But I did see that video. It was kind of interesting. It was kind of interesting that speed stick. I don't know, 125 bucks. It's about the same as this AccuTrack. Okay, so sorry, Closet, you're not going to be able to get a decoder. What? What? Why isn't he going to be able to get a decoder? It's not $125. Probably about 20 or 30 bucks. I've been saving money for my GP35 decoder for 3 years. Wow. I should send you a decoder for the engine that you won. It'll be cheaper to buy it from, say, Yankee Dabbler, or what's my favorite one on the East, other favorite one on the East Coast? There's another one that specializes in all DCC stuff. Well, Closet Branch has no money, but he puts out some great videos. I have to say, they're hilarious. And I'm loving what you're doing with all the virtual sending trains to other people's layouts. Yeah, sound decoder is $100, and it could result in modifications to the frame of your locomotive, which is not for the faint of heart. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. What else do we have going on? Well, today is a day of celebration. Why? Well, because it happens to be the winter solstice, which means that the sun will start coming up earlier and setting later from here until the summer solstice, which is awesome, especially if you live up north like me, and the sun is coming up at 7:47 in the morning, which is better, in my opinion, than it coming up at 4 o'clock in the morning, which if we stay on standard time all year round, that would be the reality. And that would be, and then we wouldn't get, up here we get daylight until, even twilight until into the 10 o'clock range in the summertime. So today is the shortest sunlight day. I think it is. There may be some reasons why that might not be the case. The sun is the sun rise and set don't exactly align to the longest day, but I believe that days will start to get longer now. I'll take daylight later in the day. Yes, I would much rather that we have daylight savings all year round. I know there's people that want the morning light, and they would not want a sunrise at 8:45 in the morning, which seems a little bit outrageous. But you know what? There's people in other parts of the country that have that. Alaska. I mean, come on. Are you a supporter of switching twice a year? I'm mixed on this. I really don't think that, I think it's annoying. I don't think it's as annoying as it for it to be a massive political subject to discuss, but I don't know. It seems like, okay, if we change, then we just got a lot of technology changes and updates as we swap out the daylight savings times across all the computers and all that. But hey, I honestly think if we stayed with daylight savings time everywhere, it'd be great. Now, what to do about the places that don't do that at all? What about Arizona, or most of Arizona? They don't change time zones. There's some other Midwest. There's somebody back east that doesn't change. Is it Indiana? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we like the way things are. but some people want to change it. And, you know, it's certainly, we've got other things I think that are more important to solve than changing when we set our clocks to. But, twice a year it's a rallying cry. Yes, indeed. The railroad started us all, so it is a train related topic. Yeah, without standardizing times, you would have trains that need to run on schedules run into each other if you couldn't agree on what time it was. So, yes, that was a railroad topic. So yeah, because you had for the longest time and still do today, you've got trains that run on single track main lines all over and not dual tracks, or some places there's even more than dual tracks. I think just go look at that horseshoe curve in Pennsylvania. There's like 3 or 4 tracks going through there. But if you only have a single track, you need to know when the train is coming from the other direction, or if you're going to run into the rear end of another one, even on a dual track, right? So time is good. Yep. Cajon Pass is triple. Yep. I think so. So what else are we going to talk about? Let's see. We did Mom's birthday. We did today's the solstice. We diverted into time zones somehow. What's Dwight say? Did you see that train hit the semi-truck on the track and derailed, killed a bunch of people in the engine? Oh, I did not see that. That's sad. That is sad. Yes. Let's see, I'm catching up here. But yeah, JP says yes, BNSF through Cajon is triple, UP is single with canyon siding for passing. Yeah. So what else do we have going on here today? Oh, we were going to talk about, but I don't have B-roll, of course, because I was speed matching my trains. We've got what happened to that ethanol train that kind of disappeared after it made its way to Roy Smith's layout? Well, it's in my staging yard right now, waiting its moment in the sun in front of the camera. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. For those of you who know that, that's from a long time ago. It is waiting to be shot along with another train, the one that I talked about last week, which is the manifest freight that's going to finally make its way to Andy Henley's layout. That will be shot since I've got it ready today or tomorrow. What else has happened on the layout? Well, I've got lighting from the mid deck down to the lower deck right now, so I figured that out. Although I've got to do a couple of things before. I've got to make sure that the bench work is lining correctly. The bench work's not right, and this is a problem with doing sectional bench work. Instead of one big section, if you did like an 8-foot long section all in one piece, you could be fairly certain that it was even and not changing heights as you go along. But yeah, it turns out I wasn't as precise on one of the. I'm putting some of it together on one piece, so I need to take it down to the garage and use a router and make sure I'll use a cutoff bit. Is that what you call them? Probably not a cutoff bit. Anyways, a special bit that's got a little roller bearing on one part of it that rests on the height that you want it, and then the other part has the cutting bit, cutting part of it, and so you can get it all leveled off that way. Yes, Dan is here to help me. Flush trim bit. Yep. In fact, I know there's one guy who does it. Who is it? Moderero Benchwork, I think, is a channel. This guy does it all with same kind of things with plywood based benchwork. And he actually uses that to cut out some of the shapes. Once he gets his template done, and then he'll use that cut off flush trim bit to actually cut out the other shapes, and it'd be more or less exactly the same size. Kind of an interesting technique, and it makes sawdust everywhere. A lot more than it's a lot faster than using what do you want to call it? Saber saw. It's a lot faster than using that, but and more accurate. But it does make lots of dust everywhere, especially if you don't have a vacuum cleaner attached to it. Let's go back over and put the camera in the middle. In the middle of this thing here. See if I'm not gonna get cords and everything everywhere. Oh, that just subject everybody to massive. We were on the move. I forgot to swap the scenes out. Yeah, so those things are coming, and I've got 2 weeks of time off. Yep. See, I put the camera cord was on the track, and the engine ran into it, of course. So I'm actually running this, and so I can have let's talk about this. I've got my DCC system here. See if we can turn this around without upsetting everything. Yeah, this is my DCS 210, and I'm using this here to do my speed matching so that the voltages and such will be more closely aligned with what they are in the main room. Of course, it's a little bit different because I'm using the 8 amp input here instead of the external power supply. So I do have an external power supply, but it's from the big power supply that I've got in the train room. So, but it's better than using the other system. I have a small little all-in-one DCC thing. So yeah, so let's go around the room. What's everybody doing for the Christmas holiday time? Do people have time off? Do they have to work? Talk about something more interesting than a train tragedy. Do we still have people out in the chat? 4 minutes of quietness. Yes, I am doing a show next week. Next week we'll be running trains time, but also it will be a look back and a look back on the whole year of 2024, since it will be the last show of the year for me, and then a look forward to 2025. So that's what we've got in store. Dwight says, I think I got that turnout to work better. Awesome. I only get the day off, but I have a week and a half after New Year's. That's good. Hopefully it's not too cold in the garage there for you to work, JP. Brad says, I have time off, so we'll be relaxing. I hear you. I need that. I mean, work has just been crazy lately, which is another reason why I haven't been as prepared for my shows, because I rushed to get everything done and ready on Friday. And actually, right before the show, I was just putting cameras up and moved this train from the train room into the game room so it could run here while we're talking. My brother's going to be in Virginia with Mom. Hi, Mom. I'm going to work through Christmas. Yes, that is the case for a lot of people. Still wondering what to run tomorrow. I have to say, Andy, since it's 5 o'clock in the morning when your show hits me, I'm dead to the world that time, unless I'm up. One time I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the rest of the Sunday I was exhausted. But that is great. I hope you've got a great show. I can catch that when I wake up. I know you will. Might have a special guest in the comments next week. Okay. I guess that could be Mom. Dwight says, I'm off for a while. Dwight, you're retired. Or are you going to visit family? I'm determined to get my main line running while on vacation in January. That is a great aspiration. I am hoping to get some backdrops. Okay, John too. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching all year with me, and have a very Merry Christmas. Andy says, Merry Christmas. Papa John Trains, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Oh, Dwight says he's going to his sister's on Christmas. That's awesome. Okay, everybody's saying bye to John 2 or Skullkill Valley Railroad. Yeah. Did I announce? I think I did, but I did it in a shout out. Yeah, I got a car from Andy Henley. He sent me a card and a card for Christmas. So thanks again to him. I don't have it on this train, but it will be on the Manifest train. Second thing is, on last Sunday's Sidetrack Sunday, they had their holiday show, and on that one, I actually was the N scale winner. Sorry, JP. So I will be getting a car. I think there were 4 of us, and JP was one of them. I don't know who the other 2 were. Maybe Closet Branch, were you there? But anyways, there were 4 N scale people that entered, their contest, which was incredibly hard and difficult for those of us who just joined. So I actually didn't join. I didn't join the contest until they said, no, it's too hard. We will let just anybody who enters. It doesn't matter what your answers are. Okay. Shay's turn. Well, there will be other opportunities, I'm sure, John. Closet branch. I didn't know. Yeah, you have to go to the it would be 8 p.m. for you every Sunday. Okay. So the chat is devolving into fighting around or what to go dressed as to Christmas dinner. Okay. Yeah, so that's what we got coming up next week. We'll be running trains from the train room, which means I have to make sure that the trains can run. I do want to put some backdrops behind, and so I'm figuring out what the right. I'll be experimenting with what the right material will be. I'm either going to go and get some very thin MDF, like 1/16 inch, or I will come up with something else. Even some foam core board might be an option, but it doesn't come long enough. The boards are usually just like 2 feet long, 2.5 feet long. Look at glass board. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Is that at the big box stores, JP? Where would I look at glass board? Yes, closet, start a GoFundMe thing, and maybe someone will help you for the decoder. Okay, JP says it's a fiberglass board, and Lowe's has it in 4x8 sheet sections. Yeah, the only issue that I have with that is I do not have. Yeah, 4 millimeter. What's that in 4 millimeter? That's 0.16 inches, which is I think 1/16 of an inch in millimeters is what is that? Okay, I think you're talking about an 1/8 inch. Yeah, I'm either going to go with 1/8 inch or less. Probably 1/8 inch makes sense, but there's not a lot of room along that back wall between where the frame or the shelf bracket is coming from the wall to the bench work. I didn't leave a lot of room there for the trains. I could. Yep. Let's see. It scores and snaps like plastic. That's how I get it into my car. Ah, I got it. Okay, yeah. That might also be the other alternative is to make an order for me from Lowe's or Home Depot. because I probably need some more plywood. Well, I'm out of plywood right now. I have cut up all my plywood. So I'm going to need 1/2 inch for the top bench work. All right, let's see. People are discussing. Okay, it's a low tech thing, Dwight. Otherwise, I don't understand. Hey, cool. That's awesome, Pete. Let's see. Let's go through here. Yeah, three to 4 millimeters is about 1/8 of an inch. Curly says is discussing how to fund closet branches decoder. Welcome, Kyle Stevens. Welcome. Thank you for joining. We won't yell at you. We won't yell at you. Yeah, so I'm going to put backdrops along that because it will be the last chance to put backdrops in there as I secure the upper section. So I really want to at least put a backdrop in there, prime it, and put it with some like sky color or something. I'm not certain whether or not, I mean, I really ought to put some and paint some hills or something there or figure that out. Or I could get a big photo of some hills. And he just run some trains that are green for Christmas. Yeah. My Christmas train right here is actually, I've got that, what is it? A 282 Mikado from BLI. And it's got 4 coaches behind it. And then it's got all the cars that are Christmas themed. I picked up a couple of wood stock cars. I guess they have goats and cows in them. And then there's a high cube. Was it about a 70-foot? No, 60-foot, 50-foot boxcar. I'll chew on it, Dwight. How large is my N scale collection? Well, not so I don't put my locomotives into. I've got cardboard boxes that I ordered that allows you to put 5 or 6 rows of cars. I have 16 of those boxes, and they're almost all full. So I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got passenger trains. I don't have all of my intermodal cars are not in those box. They're in there when they're not on the layout. They are in the they are in their Kato or their other manufacturer's box. I've taken to almost running exclusively the Kato intermodal because the other ones, for some reason, they are either too light or too heavy. They don't play well with others. So then I've got the coal trains. I've got a whole bunch of Bethgon. I've got Bethgon coal porters like Roy Smith had, and I've got older generations Yeah, 16 boxes. What can I say? I'm more of a collector than I am a model railroader. Uh, Boxing up locos and rolling stock is a great reason for a larger layout. Yes. So above the layout, I've got at the top level, I have the lighting level for the topmost level. But right now it's don't be. You make so much better videos and you actually have a layout with scenery and places to uh, places to show them, industries and such to switch to. I have none of that. I have one standing thing on the layout right now. I have two or three other ones that need to be constructed just in the locomotive servicing area. But nobody needs to. Everybody's got a different thing. In fact, I could do with having far less stuff than I have. I just go to the hobby store and say, "Oh, that would be nice," and end up coming home with something almost every trip. Which I heard from my hobby store that actually I have some turnouts that have come in. So that'll help with that creating of that mid level, the first part that comes off of the helix there. I'm going to have some industry switching in there and a siding, a stub, what do I call it? A place where I can do some switching around there. I haven't designed it all out yet, but at least I have more switches that I'll be able to do stuff there, and including I'm making a crossover. I've got this in Pico turnouts in their code, what is it, code 80. I'm using the larger size. Just because it matches closer to Kato Unitrack. So I don't intend to use Kato Unitrack for the rest of the layout, which means at some point in the future, I will be divesting myself of a lot of Kato Unitrack that I won't need anymore. In fact, I intend to use the Kato Unitrack only as a temporary solution until I figure out what the design is. And then I lay down, I'll be laying down cork roadbed, and then I'll be laying down the flex track on top of that. Yeah. Have more, Kyle, I hear you. I have more engines in boxes that I don't run much anymore that I truly need. Might have to thin the herd. I'll never thin the herd. Yeah. So you saw these locomotives that are sitting there. That's just my Union Pacific. 3/4 of my Union Pacific fleet is sitting there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's about over 16 there. I have over 20 Union Pacific ones that are in a more modern Union Pacific. Then I've got a little older Union Pacific ones. I've got I have about 6 BNSF modern. I have Burlington Northerns, Great Northern. Oh yeah. Do I have a lot of Great Northern too? I don't have a lot. I should have more considering what I've branded the channel as Great Northern. I thought when I first began that I would be a lot more Great Northern, but I've since maybe it's other people's influence, acquired a lot of Union Pacific, but Union Pacific does run to and from here, Portland, as does BNSF. Actually, I'm not a huge fan of the BNSF color scheme. Uh, but yeah, so I do have BNSF, and I've got one Burlington CBAQ, just the Burlington livery, but that's second generation diesel. And then I've got my Steam. I'm getting started on my Steam. So you can see the one that's running right here. I have another Great Northern Mikado, just like this one. So they're kind of like twins. They might have even run together. Then we've got the Union Pacific fleet of Steam and the Southern Pacific. So the 484s, those Northerns, that the Southern Pacific ran, as well as the Union Pacific. So I've got 844, I've got 838, 844, 838. What else do we have? We have, of course, two big boys and the Challenger. The Challenger's interesting. Yeah, I like the BN Green. When they got what is it? Papa John says pumpkin flavored version of the BNSF. They kind of went back to that orange and green Great Northern. How many cabooses do you have? You counted them on my caboose challenge. I think I have about 16. So I do have cabooses to run with older trains, the pre or early 70s and before. See, now this is something I have 5 Santa Fe units. That's something else I got. I do have my first Santa Fe unit coming. Kato released a NW2 switcher. So I've got that in the blue and yellow scheme. It should be coming soon. I saw some people said they have it already. I do have the bicentennial Burlington Northern, which is a nice one. That's what is it? The SD 40-2. I'll have to buy more than. Oh, we're gonna go into a caboose war. What does John JP say? Being Loco stood out big time among the SP colors in West Colton back when grapevines were everywhere out here. Yeah. In fact, they stood out much better because SP's paint scheme and the fact that they, at the time, I guess they didn't have money to actually clean any of their locomotives. When sometimes take care of their track. SP before the merger had a reputation for derailments, I think. Yay, caboose war. Winning is everything on cabooses. Well, I have a number of them. 16 might not be right. I forget. This is a problem. I've got mostly, what do I have in caboose? I have 2 Spokane Portland or Seattle, Portland, and Spokane. One of which is on this train right here that we see running. I've got Great Northerns in the red color and in the big sky blue color. Burlington Northern has some sharp caboose. And 400 caboose. I don't think I have 400 cars. And then Papa John's, are you an HO? I have two cabooses and well, your layout is like a shelf layout, right? It where would you put more caboose there? I think you have enough closet branch. I have 14 different styles of B&O cabooses in many different schemes. That's awesome. HONOO. 3 scales. Yep. I actually have 2 caboose in HO. One of which is behind me right now. Let's see which way to move. That way. That way you can see it's right there over next to Rocky. Oh, Rocky did not say hello today. Let's go get Rocky. Been neglecting to have our mascot come and join us. Oh, yep. Rocky says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and don't eat goats. All right. Well, we're getting close to an hour here. So I think it's time to wrap this all up. And I want to wish everybody in the next week, I hope you can enjoy your Christmas or your holiday. I know that not everybody has Christmas as a celebrated celebrated holiday. Okay, we need to set up the fund for Closet Branch to send him all your caboose are mine. I can tell Rocky is cool. Yep. So anyways, thank you everybody for joining me in another crazy little show, a little episode. Consumed another hour of our lifetime, and we're another hour closer for those of us who are going to open presents. And we'll see you on the next week to celebrate the coming of the new year and to reflect on what's happened in this year. So that's all I got back. So all I got. And then what do I say? I'll be back. Jingle all the way. Okay, enough bad Arnold impressions. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll transition to my big face here, and I'll say, catch you all later. Run some trains. Sit back and relax. Enjoy your time with your family and friends. And we will see you next week.